What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching the Marvel edition of the Ragin Nation show. This is just a web series where we're talking about all things matter to me in the world of Marvel films. This is episode number 36. And in this episode, let's talk about Sony and the Amazing Spider-Man franchise and what is going to happen with the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, considering the fact that the Amazing Spider-Man 2, as we already know, underperformed at the box office. Now, the movie made a whole lot of money. The movie made around $700 million worldwide. That's a lot of movie. They covered its cost. They made a big profit. So why are they saying that it underperformed? Well, out of all the Spider-Man films that have been out, including the Sam Raimi, the trilogy, and its last two films from Mark Webb, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is actually the lowest performing film at the box office. So because of that, Sony is panicking. Sony is trying to rework their strategy and how they're going to release their films. And by films, I mean the films that they're including in the Spider-Man cinematic universe, which doesn't only mean Spider-Man, but of course the villains like Venom, Carnage, and the Sinister Six. Because of this, they're totally reworking everything, okay? Originally, The Amazing Spider-Man 3 was supposed to come out 2 years from now. But with the way things went, they decided that they're actually going to shelve The Amazing Spider-Man 3 for, I think, around 4 years. We're not going to see another Amazing Spider-Man installment for another 4 years. 2018, maybe. They haven't quite solidified that release date yet. Okay, but that's what's happening. It's really unfortunate because I still want to see the end to this trilogy. They kind of left us with a cliffhanger in the last film, just like how they always do. But Sony is freaking out. Sony is really freaking out. So because of that, every single film that they have in the cinematic universe is being reworked. Okay, so let's talk about what's going to happen with the Sinister Six. Well, let me just read what I read, okay, with regards to what is going to happen with the Sinister Six. Apparently, the Sinister Six film will be a bit of a soft reboot. Now, it is no longer just about the Sinister Six. It will act as a soft reboot where they will introduce a new Spider-Man, not played by Andrew Garfield. And Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man, will be teaming up with Sinister Six to fight off a larger threat. Okay? That is the plan for the Sinister Six film. To introduce a brand new Spider-Man, not played by Andrew Garfield, a universe that is completely separate from the Amazing Spider-Man films. Maybe not a universe that is separate, but at least another retelling of that character. Now, keep in mind that there was a comic book series, I believe it was called the Ultimate Six, where they had Spider-Man actually appear with the Sinister Six, or at least 5 members of the Sinister Six, and they called it the Ultimate Six or something like that. I never read that, but that is something that does exist in the comic book universe. Okay, another thing you got to keep in mind is that there is still a female-led Spider-Man spin-off in the works. Okay, that is still happening. That was a rumor, but it's actually happening, but who knows when, okay? They're really not sure how all this is going to be working out in the schedule and how to really release these films in the order of which character is going to be released first, but it is something that is in their cinematic universe. They're really pulling everything out from the bottom of the barrel to really make something work. Now, as for the Venom film, apparently it is, in quotes, functionally dead. The Venom film had a lot of talk going about it. There was a lot of ideas, but apparently it's functionally dead. What does that even mean, functionally dead? From what I gather, it just means that it serves no function at this point. To really bring the franchise, or rather bring the cinematic universe back to life, it really doesn't serve a function. What they need to do is really, really bring back Spider-Man. Make people love the Spider-Man franchise again. And what can they do by doing that? What can they do to achieve this? Okay, well, here's the rumor. Here's the rumor, and this is a really, really big rumor. it's a big rumor because if this really happens, this could mean a lot for all Marvel fans. Now, a lot of fans have been really wanting that Spider-Man Avengers team up. They want Spider-Man to cross over to the Avengers, and by doing that, that means that Spider-Man joins the Avengers for, I believe, what they call the Ultimate Avengers. Okay. Well, this is just a rumor, but it's possible that Sony is in talks with Marvel Studios to find a way to introduce Spider-Man into the Avengers franchise. Isn't that crazy? After all this talk about the Spider-Man cinematic universe with Venom, Carnage, Sinister Six, a female Spider-Man, and the continuation of the Spider-Man series played by Andrew Garfield, after all this talk, everything is almost being scrapped. Okay? Because Sony looks like they're giving up. Okay? Sony, it just looks like with these moves that they're making, Sony is really hit a brick wall. They can't seem to really move forward because a lot of what they're doing just doesn't sound, I guess, logistically logical in terms of making the franchise move forward successfully. So, what do? And this is still a rumor. I'm just saying that this is a rumor, okay? They are possibly going to team up with, or at least find a way to team up with Marvel Studios so they can introduce Spider-Man to the Avengers. Now, does that mean that Sony is completely selling out their character? Like, are they selling the character? No, they're not. Sony can still own the rights to Spider-Man, but they can have negotiations to have a Spider-Man introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they can also be like a producing partner. You know what I'm saying? They could be a co-financer, or at the end of the day, they will be a part of this production. Okay, so this is just a rumor. I think it's a bold move. I think that it is a move that could be the right direction. But what that means is that it changes the future of everything. If this really, really happens, it changes the future of everything they've planned out. Okay? So, what do you guys think about that? I mean, if this really happens, they might as well scrap Sinister Six. They might as well scrap Venom and also scrap Carnage, because the adventures of Spider-Man will look like they will continue with the Avengers. Okay? So, what is happening? I don't really know. These are all rumors right now, but apparently there are some crazy developments going on with Sony. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Nothing is confirmed right now. All their schedules are a big mess. Everything that they've locked in for a release date, you might as well just forget about everything. Okay? Because all those locked in dates don't mean a whole lot right now, considering the fact that they don't even know what they're doing. Okay, so there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. Stay tuned for episode number 36, because we're gonna talk about Avengers 3 and 4 and the future of a fourth Iron Man film. Stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about that in the next episode. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, @RaginNation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Visual media for us to see. Apparently, there's supposed to be a teaser coming soon this year, but the official